Peace, peace, peace. What's good? What's good? I have come to remind you of your power. I have come to remind you to trust yourself, and confide in the power that you have and that you hold and that you were created with. And I say this because I know that I've had to learn, I've had to continue learning how to balance trusting myself and what I already know and receiving messages from the outside of me. And I say this because I know that sometimes when I'm not centered within myself, when I'm not really just in a calm state of mind, because when we're in a calm state of mind, then we can receive messages way more clearly within us. But when there's a lot going on in here and there's a lot going on in here, and we're not completely tapping into ourselves within, then that's when we start to try to seek guidance outside of us, seek messages outside of us, 144, to try to find answers through symbolism, through all of these mechanisms that we can receive messages through. And to this day, I really had to learn. I've had to continuously remind myself to tune in to my own power and trust the power that I have within myself, the knowingness that I carry within me already, that knows what is for me, what isn't for me, what I should do, what I maybe shouldn't do, what I all of these things, all of these things. And it's funny because the other day I was listening to my neighbor saying something about how she used to sneak in to do a little mini card reading, tarot card reading for herself with her roommate's cards when she was asleep or I don't know what. And she was saying how she would just shuffle and shuffle and shuffle the cards until she got an answer that she wanted. And it made me laugh. And I guess it more so made me laugh because I know I've been there before. And it was until after me just kind of reflecting on that comment where I realized I've also done that. Literally, even with tarot cards, even with the pendulum, at some point in my life, when I was still very disconnected from my power and my truth, and my intuition has always been there, but I haven't always listened to it. And I didn't even really know how to read the cards back then. I still kind of don't. I don't really pay too much attention to tarot cards personally. But I had a deck and I had a pendulum. And this is kind of close to one of the breakups that I've experienced. And I would just shuffle and shuffle the cards, and for sure it was giving me the true answers, but I didn't like them. I couldn't accept them. And even if there was some truth inside me that knew that those were the messages I needed to receive, as difficult as they were, I still was not satisfied with it. And I would shuffle and shuffle and just think, okay, maybe I wasn't thinking about it right, or maybe my energy was a little bit scattered, and or maybe I was asking the question not so clear, or maybe I need to be clear with the pendulum on what's yes and what's no and what maybe. All of these things just to try to convince myself of something that I thought I wanted. I wanted to try to manipulate the outside world to match what I wanted it to be. And I noticed in different situations where, because I'm constantly paying attention to symbolism, I'm constantly aware of my surroundings and my environment, I am in tune with more than I should probably be in tune with sometimes. Sometimes I know that I need to take a step back and just not be so much of the observer, not be so much of I don't know. I was about to say not reading the energy so much, but I think that one should stay. But the most important thing is for us to observe what's going on inside of us. It's not so much about the outside, because the outside can be manipulated. And if there's an energy trying to attack you, it's going to attack you in the areas that it knows that you're weak in. And so if you're weak with trusting yourself and your intuition and the knowingness that you carry inside through that power that you hold, then it's going to attack you in showing you symbolism that you're so stuck on believing over yourself, where you allow the outside world to override what you're already intuitively knowing, intuitively feeling. And that's the message that I want to get so clearly out and in, because I catch myself because of this, because I know that there's been so many times, constantly, and this all comes back to balance. Because I'm constantly receiving so many clear messages outside of me, through symbolism, through numerology, through people, through experiences, through something I hear, that randomly I decided to tune into that frequency and I caught it. I have a conversation with someone and they say the exact same thing that I was just thinking about, or that I was just contemplating on, or that I was just asking for clarity on. Or I receive a message through social media, sometimes these random messages that just come up into my feed, and I'm like, whoa, okay, that's super clear. Instant clarification. But at the same time, we have to find a balance. Every single time I'm trying to make a video, my voice goes away. I'm fighting through it. I fight through it. No, not fight. I don't fight through anything. Push through it. It goes. The balance of receiving messages outside of you, and the balance with receiving messages within you. If you receive too much, or if you're too stuck on trying to receive messages outside of you, you're going to forget about all the power that you're holding within you already. I feel like this one should always be the one that you are focused on more so above anything else. What I do now is where I tune into what I'm already feeling. I ask myself, how do I feel about this? I put myself in these scenarios, I put myself in these experiences. I really speak with myself. I really connect with what's going on in here. I connect with my heart pulse. I connect to find out if if it pulses really fast and my nervous system spikes, or if I stay calm and at ease and at peace. It's like for example, asking yourself, if I took this decision, and see how you feel about it and play out that scenario. And if I made this decision, see how that feels and play out that scenario. And whichever one is giving me a peaceful feeling, grounded feeling, where I feel like I'm literally breathing so deeply, so profoundly, so freshly, that's how I know. But we can only get there when we're trusting ourselves. I had to learn 1044. I had to learn to trust myself from like scratch, from scratch, because my intuition has always been on point. I've always known what's for me. I've always known what's not for me. I've always known if I should do something. I've always known if I should not be doing something. I've always known. I've always known. And that's what gets to me the most, when I knew I shouldn't have done that and I still did it. That's the part that hurts, because it's like, man, I knew it. I knew it and I didn't pay attention to myself. There was something guiding me and I didn't pay attention to that guidance. That's what, personally, that's what hurts me the most. When I'm not true to myself. There's a word that wants to come to my mind and I can't grab the word. I feel like when we can build a really strong relationship with ourselves, that's when we're most aligned with our power. That's when we're most aligned with our truth. That's when we're most aligned with ourselves and who we are, what we are, with the creator, with source, with the essence of what we came here to be, who we came here to be. And when someone doesn't trust themselves, you can notice how much they try and confide in everything else outside of them but their own selves. You see somebody who trusts themselves, you can even feel it in their energy. Nothing can shake them, nothing can tell them or or send them off into a wrong direction, because their inner guidance is on point. And I know, like personally, when I'm standing in that truth, my own self, nobody can tell me go left. If I'm feeling I need to go right, I'll be like, all right, I'll see you. Peace. Where do you want to meet? We can meet back over here if you want, but I'm going right. Enjoy. Enjoy where you're going. I'm gonna enjoy where I'm being guided to go. And I feel good doing that because I'm being true to what I'm feeling. I'm being true to Cindy. I'm being true to my own guidance system. And okay, so yeah, it's coming to my mind too, the balance. Sometimes I need to remind myself I want to do my own thing so much that just because someone else is doing something one way, I want to do it differently. And I feel like that also is where could it be coming from? I don't know, maybe it's some ego, where I've never liked to do anything that anybody else is doing, and sometimes I hold on to that too tightly, where maybe my intuition was guiding me to go left, but because they said they're going to go left first, I'm like, all right, nah, I'm going to go right, because then I hear it, I already feel it. I'm automatically thinking these thoughts that, oh well, they said at first that they're going to go left, now they're going to think I'm copying them, now they're going to think that because they chose to go left, now I'm choosing to go left. And it's the ego that wants to make me decide to go the other way just because I don't want it to seem like I'm copying that person, or because I'm choosing it only because they chose it. Um Whatever it is that plays out in those scenarios. And we also have to find a balance in that. Cindy, I'm talking to you too. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing or not. If 500 other people are also going left and my intuition is guiding me to go left, then I need to release wanting to be the one to be different and do as I'm feeling guided to do within me. Because that could also very well be my test. That could also very well be our test to see if we're going to release the pride, the ego, the whatever it is that's wanting us to choose differently from others, when sometimes it's about making a choice in unity. It could be that we needed 500 people to go to make that decision to go left, because 500 people needed to all come together and fill their role to complete whatever task. But just because I chose, I don't want to follow everyone else. I want to follow my own lead and my own direction and my own path. And I was that one person that didn't follow my intuition, and 499 needed that one person. You never know what could be happening, why it could be happening. And I could have very well failed that test just because I didn't, just because the ego got in the way, just because pride got in the way. So everything is about finding a balance. Everything is about finding a balance. And the most important balance we can ever find is within ourselves, because as we balance what's this temple within us, this reflection outside of us falls into place too. Everything falls along with what's going on in here. Just like you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. If you are balanced, you attract balance. So, this is my gentle reminder to you to remember who you are, remember your power, trust in you, trust in your intuition, trust in your guidance system and where it's guiding you, how it's guiding you, into where it's guiding you. Just trust it. Just trust it. Even if your eyes are shut, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your intuition will lead you. Your spiritual team will guide you. They'll protect you and light the way. We are light. We carry light. That's why some people can see your aura. Because that's all everything really is. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibration. And everything at some point or another comes out being these light rays that we're experiencing. So there's no way that we can ever be in darkness. There's no way that we can ever. It's like, can you ever go missing on Earth? You can't. You can literally try to go anywhere you want on Earth, and still, no matter what, there's going to be that energy that lives within you that knows where you are. You can go miles and miles deep into a cave in the middle of Earth, and regardless, you can be the only one there and have told nobody, no phone, no tracker, no nothing. But the tracker that lives within you, that created you, know that there's nowhere you can hide. There's nowhere you can hide. So if we can trust in that, that no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter what you're thinking, man, that's another thing. I'm constantly I'm constantly having conversations with myself and 2022. And ever since I was little, I even when I'm by myself, it's like, okay, I have to be careful with what I'm thinking because I know I'm being listened to. And sometimes I would have these thoughts that were not nice and not kind, and I would just like be like, I'm so sorry. Like, I know you heard that thought and I didn't mean it. Because since I was little, I've carried this knowingness that we're not alone and we're never going to be alone. And even as much as I've felt alone in different times in my life, there's always this piece in me that reminds me, hey, I'm here with you. Hey, I'm listening. Hey, I'm guiding you. I'm watching you. I'm carrying you. I'm lifting you. I'm preparing your wings to fly. So it's time for us to start flying in our own truth, flying in our power, gliding through the wind and just allowing the winds to take us and land us where we're meant to be. 213. So, this is a gentle reminder to you. Trust yourself. Trust what you're feeling. Trust what you're thinking. Trust in everything that is you. Because that's the only thing that you can ever truly rely on. Because that's the connection that you have to what created everything. What more to trust than that? And as I say that, the rain comes down. It's time for us to release the clouds and let them release their weight. Peace.